Hey guys, this is a video based on the death of capital supremacy. I highly recommend that you either you don't even have to watch it, just listen to it. Play another game or play the game. I just gotta change the sound volume so I can turn all this shit down so the game isn't too loud when I speak. Obviously playing some instant action. What's that crap? Options. Audio. Should have done this beforehand. Now, the death of capital supremacy. DICE has decided to go with they've really rushed the absolute shit
The Galactic Empire met its
out of this
demise here
game.
on Jakku. Today we will honor
It's gonna be the
its
same
memory
map.
by crushing the resistance.
It's like the same map. Yep, that's pretty shocking. So capital supremacy is now just called supremacy. Why? Because they've decided not to add the ship phase to the original content. Why was this excuse? Well, again, DICE are full of excuses. That's all they ever are full of, excuses. Like for the reason that we have multiple hero eras and different eras inside of Galactic Assault. Why? Well, simply they said, "Oh, we wanted you to play all heroes no matter what era you're in, so you feel comfortable." Blah 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 blah. No, it was just because they had fuck all to offer, and that's why we had shit all. That's why we had all the heroes of all eras in any game mode or any era you played in, because they had nothing to offer. So they had to do that. They used an excuse. Again, they're using the excuse as in, Death Star, why go to a ship to get the Death Star, blah 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 blah. Well, same thing with Scarif. There's no point going to a ship when you're stuck inside of a shield. That's true, but you could work around that, especially if you've got maps like Tatooine or Hoth. Now, you've got maps like that, which could seriously, that could really work with capital ships. Like, it's going to be like instant action pretty much. You might as well just rename it to instant action multiplayer, because that's all it's going to be. It's going to be really lame. That's just rude. So it's pretty much going to be instant action, and especially for planets that could definitely have these ships like Hoth, Tatooine, and Endor. Now, they miss out because of this lazy excuse that they don't want to add these new ships, even though they went and created entirely new ships for the new era. Now, like, this is what I don't get. So, how could we fix this? Which will never happen because they're lazy and they just want to rush through this shit like they rush through. I've never played sequel Capital Supremacy. I never have. I never ever have. I'm only here so I can see what the map looked like. They made a new map. They didn't, and doesn't really need a new map. But again, this is down to pure straight laziness, just to get it out of the fucking road. Because people have been wanting it forever, and they're just going to remove the shit phase. Mate, no way. So how could this actually work? Well, I'm going to tell you how it could work. Capital supremacy on the Death Star. Instead of going to a capital ship, you just go up to a higher level where the Death Star station is. Or you go to the enemy ship, or you go like to an enemy platform, or no, another platform on the Death Star, which, you know, can take out the enemy ship. I don't know. You know, like instead of like having to blow things up like on the clone ship. Holy yeah, 2 missiles. Instead of having instead of having a ship to board, it's for the rebels. It's go up to the Death Star station, destroy the main gun, and for the Imperials, it's like a platform to where they need to take it from the rebels, and you know, activate the guns, and the guns will keep shooting until, of course, you know, the rebels deactivate them or whatever. You know, they could work this around where it's different on the Death Star. And with Scarif, well, instead of it being bloody you know, because of course you're trapped inside of a shielded planet, you can't get out of it. Instead of that, you know, this is what I don't get. Again, use the space station as shooting the place. Go up there as the rebels, take it out. Or the Empire, go up there and use its, you know, cannon systems to take out the enemy ship or so, whatever. This guy got some serious beef on him. There's ways to work around this whole capital ship thing. It doesn't need to be a capital ship. You're on a planet with a space station above that's shielding it. You're on a giant spaceship itself that's rounded. You don't need to go to a ship, but there are second ways to do it. Capital supremacy, for example, is going to be seriously boring if you're there for too long or if the games are too short. Like, it's just going to kill it. And everyone knows they're just cutting corners. They're cutting corners for more Clone Wars content? Great. But you know what? That doesn't work for me, mate. Because what's the point in having Clone Wars content after, you know, you're going to have the cool Clone Wars shit that was thought for and cared for and taken care of, and then you're going to go to the new era, which is boring as shit. Well, not boring as shit. It's going capital, and then you're going to go to an entirely new era, which has got no second phase. It's like, what the fuck's even the point? You've got the ships there, you've got the Star Destroyers, you've got the Rebel ships, in fact, they're even used in the Resistance. You've got all this shit, and yet they're not going to use it. Yeah, especially like planets like I said, Hoth and Endor and those, they'll miss out for the Star Destroyer phase, to where you could change the sort of secondary phase for the Death Star, since it's a giant fucking spaceship, and Scarif, since it's got a giant space station above it, which could be, again, I don't know, man. I'm just a bit disappointed that they're cutting corners, and I think it's going to suffer for it. It really is. And that's my two thoughts, more than two thoughts. That's just my thoughts on this, shit, really. I'm trying to concentrate and shoot things at the same time. Anyway, this is why I think Capital Supremacy is going to die. They're cutting corners again, and the game's going to suffer for it. Peace out, guys.